3 out of every 5 people on Earth will die because of something they cannot feel. Not a heart attack they saw coming, not a cancer they caught early, something quieter, something that has been burning inside their body for years, maybe decades, without a single symptom. It is called chronic inflammation, and the World Health Organization says it is the number 1 threat to human life on the planet right now. 60% of all deaths worldwide, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, are tied to it. 60%. Here is what makes it personal. After 60, this gets worse. Your immune system, the thing that is supposed to protect you, starts malfunctioning. It sends out attack signals when there is nothing to attack, no infection, no injury, just your own immune system firing into your own body, damaging your arteries, wearing down your joints, shrinking your brain every single day. You do not feel it happening, you feel tired, you feel stiff, you feel old, but what you are actually feeling is fire. Low, slow, invisible fire inside your blood. And here is the part that should make you angry. The foods that put this fire out are cheap, normal, and available in every grocery store in America. But nobody tells you to buy them. No doctor writes them on a prescription pad. No birthday card comes with a list. So this video is the list. 10 grocery store foods that lower inflammation in your body the way medicine does, some of them through the exact same pathways as ibuprofen, and most of them cost less than $2. Let me make this simple. When you were younger and you cut your finger, the area turned red and swollen. That was your immune system rushing in to fix the damage, inflammation. It showed up, did the job, and left. That is healthy. After 60, something breaks. The immune system shows up, but it never leaves. It keeps sending out attack signals into your blood even when there is nothing wrong. Scientists call these signals inflammatory markers, proteins with names like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. You cannot see them, you cannot feel them, but they are floating through your bloodstream right now, slowly chewing on the walls of your arteries, the tissue in your brain, the cartilage in your knees. A study from the University of Florida found that over a third of American adults, 34%, already have measurable inflammation in their blood. After 60, that number is even higher. Every major disease you are afraid of has the same fire underneath it. Heart attack, stroke, Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, most cancers. They all start with inflammation that nobody put out. The foods on this list put it out, and they are embarrassingly cheap. The most powerful anti-inflammatory foods in any grocery store are not vegetables. They are fats, 2 of them. Number 1, extra virgin olive oil. Not regular olive oil, not light olive oil. Extra virgin. This matters, and here is why. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal. In 2005, scientists made a discovery that shocked the nutrition world. Oleocanthal fights inflammation through the exact same pathway as ibuprofen. The exact same one. It blocks the same enzymes that ibuprofen blocks. 3.5 tablespoons of good extra virgin olive oil gives you about 10% of the anti-inflammatory power of a standard ibuprofen pill, with 0 side effects. No stomach damage, no kidney risk, nothing. A Harvard study of over 92,000 people found that those who used olive oil daily had a 28% lower risk of dying from dementia. A bottle costs $6 to $10 and lasts for weeks. Pour it on salads, bread, vegetables, pasta, everything. Number 2, canned sardines. Most people walk right past these. That is a mistake. 1 can of sardines has more omega-3 fatty acids than most fish oil pills. Omega-3s are the most studied anti-inflammatory nutrient on the planet. They directly lower the inflammatory markers in your blood. A study from Ohio State found that omega-3s significantly reduced inflammation in middle-aged and older adults. A can of sardines costs $1 to $2. It also delivers 23 grams of protein, calcium, and vitamin D. It is the single most underpriced health food in America, and almost nobody over 60 is buying it. If you buy nothing else from this list, buy the olive oil and the sardines. Those 2 alone can change what is happening inside your blood. This is where most people over 60 are failing without knowing it. They think they eat enough fruits and vegetables. They do not. And even when they do, they are eating the wrong ones. Blueberries. Small, cheap, and one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods ever studied. Blueberries are packed with compounds called anthocyanins. These are antioxidants that hunt down inflammatory markers in your blood and neutralize them. A clinical review found that 6 months of anthocyanin-rich food significantly reduced C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, two of the main markers doctors use to measure how inflamed your body is. Blueberries are also one of the top foods studied for brain inflammation in older adults. Fresh or frozen? It does not matter. Frozen might actually be better because they are picked and frozen at peak ripeness. A bag costs $3 to $4 and lasts a month. Throw a handful into oatmeal, yogurt, or eat them straight from the freezer like candy. Spinach. A bag of spinach costs $2 to $3. That is the price of protecting yourself from one of the most dangerous processes happening inside your body. A study from Penn Medicine found that diets rich in dark green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, collard greens, significantly lowered C-reactive protein levels. The key ingredient is beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A. Vitamin A directly tells your immune system to calm down. Put spinach in everything: eggs, smoothies, soup, sandwiches. The darker the green, the harder it fights. Canned tomatoes. Here is a surprise. Cooked tomatoes are more anti-inflammatory than raw tomatoes. Cooking releases a compound called lycopene, and lycopene is one of the strongest antioxidants ever measured in food. It specifically protects your heart and blood vessels from inflammatory damage. Harvard puts tomatoes on their anti-inflammatory food list right next to berries and leafy greens. A can of crushed tomatoes costs about $1. Use it as a base for sauces, soups, stews, anything. $1 to protect your heart. There is no excuse. If this list is changing how you think about your grocery cart, subscribe. Every video on this channel is built to protect your health and save you money. 3 more items. These are small, they are cheap, and they punch way above their weight. Turmeric. The bright yellow spice in the spice aisle that most people over 60 have never bought. Inside turmeric is a compound called curcumin. Curcumin has been studied in hundreds of clinical trials. A major analysis of randomized controlled trials, the gold standard of science, found that curcumin significantly reduces C-reactive protein in the blood. The Arthritis Foundation specifically recommends it for joint inflammation. A jar of ground turmeric costs $3 to $4 and lasts for months. Add a pinch to scrambled eggs, rice, soup, or warm milk. But here's the trick nobody tells you. You have to eat it with black pepper. Black pepper increases your body's ability to absorb curcumin by 2,000%. Without pepper, most of the curcumin passes straight through you and does nothing. Turmeric plus black pepper. Always together. Walnuts, not almonds, not cashews, not peanuts. Walnuts. Here's why. Walnuts have more plant-based omega-3 than any other nut, by far. A 2-year clinical trial published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, one of the most respected heart journals in the world, found that older adults who ate walnuts every day had significant reductions in 6 out of 10 inflammatory markers, including the ones most closely linked to heart attack and stroke. A bag costs $4 to $6, 7 walnut halves a day. That is it. That is a serving. Toss them into oatmeal, salad, or eat them as a snack. Ginger. Fresh ginger root. The ugly brown knob sitting in the produce section that almost everybody ignores. Ginger has been used for digestion for thousands of years, but the anti-inflammatory research is what should get your attention. A 2025 randomized trial found that ginger significantly reduced both CRP and ESR, two of the most important inflammatory markers your doctor checks in blood work. A single knob of ginger costs less than $1 and lasts a week. Grate it into hot water for tea, add it to the soup, stir it into a stir-fry. It fights inflammation and helps your stomach at the same time. Here is every item on the list. 10 foods, all in one place. Extra virgin olive oil, canned sardines, blueberries, fresh or frozen, spinach, canned tomatoes, turmeric, black pepper, walnuts, fresh ginger, and one more, green tea. Green tea contains a compound called EGCG that has been shown across dozens of studies to reduce inflammatory markers and oxidative stress. A box of green tea bags costs $2 to $3 and lasts a month. 1 or 2 cups a day. Now, here's what one full anti-inflammatory day costs. Morning. Oatmeal topped with frozen blueberries and a handful of walnuts. A cup of green tea. Cost, about $1.25. Lunch. Spinach salad with canned sardines, sliced tomatoes, and extra virgin olive oil drizzled on top. Cost, about $2.50. Afternoon. Hot ginger tea with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. Cost, about 20 cents. Dinner. Any protein you like, with a side of kale or spinach sautéed in olive oil and a simple tomato sauce. Cost? About $3 to $4, depending on the protein. Total for the day? About $7. That is cheaper than a fast food combo meal. That is less than most people spend on coffee. And every single thing you eat that day is actively lowering the inflammatory markers in your blood, the same markers that are behind 60% of all deaths on this planet. $7 to fight the #1 killer in the world, with food from a regular grocery store. After 60, your body is fighting a war it never told you about. The enemy is not outside you. It is your own immune system. Stuck in a loop it cannot shut off, sending out signals that slowly damage your heart, your brain, your joints, and your blood vessels. Year after year, no symptoms, no warning, until something breaks. But the weapons are already sitting on a grocery store shelf. Olive oil, sardines, blueberries, spinach, tomatoes, turmeric and black pepper, walnuts, ginger, green tea. 10 items. None of them is expensive. None of them is complicated. All of them are backed by clinical research. Nobody handed you this list on your 60th birthday. Nobody handed it to your parents either. That is why 3 out of 5 people lose this fight. Not because the solution does not exist, but because nobody told them it was sitting in aisle 5 the whole time. Now you know. Use it. If this changed something for you, subscribe. Drop a comment and tell me which item on this list surprised you the most. I read every one of them. Next video, we go deeper.